Welcome to the SuperCoach Show. Today I have a high value live coaching call episode for you. Now, I had an idea to put a post on my Instagram that opened up the door for some key coaches who want to understand how to scale their business, get over their roadblocks, and take their mission to the next level. Now, my man, Irv Nas, is on the line, and we've been connecting on Instagram. And my biggest goal here is to add value to him, but also add value to you so you could see how we can make his dream a reality. So the way that it works, we're going to ask each other a series of questions, get clear on the big vision, and then figure out what action steps are necessary to make it real. So the cool thing about here is that his online business may be a bit different than yours, but a lot of the strategy to grow your business will be on the same vein. So let's kick things off. First and foremost, Irv, what is a mantra that fires you up?
Man, like the old Chicago Bulls used to say, when I hear what time is it, whether they're asking about the time or whatever, I just say it's game time. So that's my thing.
Yes, it is game time, and it's prime time for this podcast. Let's make it happen. So a short summary of what you're currently doing for your income.
So basically, I'm a personal trainer, master trainer at LA Fitness, whether it's females or males between the ages of 13 to 60. I got in-person training, so whether it's weight loss, putting on muscle, basketball training, athleticism, or just boosting energy, reducing pain and injury. That's what I'm here for currently. But yeah, just trying to take it online with my man AJ over here.
Yes. And that's the goal, to build an online business. You know, I can totally relate. I mean, I worked in a corporate gym when I was personal training, and it was brutal, getting up at 5 a.m., working until 9 p.m., trading hours for dollars. Man, it burned me out. Didn't spend time with my family. Hardly took vacations. And I realized, man, there's a better life for me. You know, my biggest fear was staying in the personal training game and being a 90-year-old personal trainer. So I needed to, you know, take it to the next level. And that's a question for you. Why do you want to build an online business?
Basically it's time, man. I mean, money, everything you can make and spend and get back, but that time is what's killing me right now. Right? Yeah. It's draining, like you said, getting up at 5. I was up at 5 a.m. this morning, went to work, came back home, and I got to go back to work. So it's just time, man. I want freedom of time, right? And obviously, financially, it's going to be beneficial because I can work on my time, right? So that's it, man. Just gaining time and
yeah. Time and freedom, 100%.
Yes, sir.
And like any type of business, right? Starting up an online business, there's going to be time of developing the systems, learning the marketing, the sales funnels, and most importantly, taking your amazing skill, your superpower, and putting it into an online program. But the great thing about it is you set it and forget it. A lot of these systems are automated, right? A marketing system that brings in leads, a sales process that converts your online program. And then from there, taking all of these skills you do in person and putting into a virtual infrastructure that allows you to can and clone your amazing abilities. Now, let's just go right into income-wise, right? So what would be the ideal income you want to create in 1 month?
I mean, beginning, obviously, you have to start somewhere. But first month, I mean, I would like to make $10,000. Obviously, as you said, systemizing and automizing your product and service, hopefully I can get to 20, 25, and I mean, it can just move up from there. You know, we'll find something steady that is okay with me. But for now, 10 to 20 would be ideal.
Absolutely. 10 to 20K a month, you know, it's a good living, especially when you get to work from your laptop, from home with your family. And pants are optional, right? So you want to be a team no pants. So
That's right. That's right.
I may or not be wearing pants right now,
Me neither, man. Never know. It's
FYI.
that kind of party.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. And that's what everyone deserves, to work on their own terms, you know?
Right.
So I would say that scaling to $10,000 is an initial goal. And just mathematically looking at what I help a lot of my students with is developing a simple $1,000 to $2,000 12 to 16 week program and focusing on developing that as your core system when you're first starting out, and then scaling that. So it's knowing how many leads do I need to make 10 sales a month, right? $1,000 program times 10 is 10K. So if you're selling 1 to 2 programs a week, 4 to 8K, 2 to 3, 10 to 12K. So it's
Right.
getting the lead flow that generates the income and then putting it into the back end program. And the name of the game is really leverage, because obviously when you're inside the gym, you're trading time for money and it's very limiting. And obviously there's only so many hours. You get sick or you go on vacation, you lose out on all that money. Plus during holidays, people take vacations and you have no control over that. So income is high, income is low. And at the same
Right.
time, the horrible thing about being in a corporate gym is the fact that you don't get all the money that you charge. You sell a package, the location takes it, but even if you have your own facility, you have the expenses, the rent, and all the stuff of running a brick and mortar business. So what I love about the online model is that it's high profit, low stress. And for myself, doing it for over a decade, I'm a bit biased, but I feel it's the best way to build an income, but also to have the freedom to do as you please.
Right. Right. Right.
So you've done your due diligence, like most people that are listening, and you've done your research, probably watched some webinars or opted in some email lists, watched a bunch of videos. Now,
Yep.
because you're so self-aware, why do you feel you don't have a $10,000 a month online business? Like, what are you struggling with?
I guess just mindset of fear to fail, maybe perhaps, or I mean, just launching. I mean, so many people are just hesitant just to start it off, right?
Yeah.
And I know that's a big part for me is just getting it going. I mean, just learning as the process throughout the process, right? And just starting it off, man. I mean, obviously we all need mentors, maybe someone to hold your hand throughout the process, but just getting someone to say it's game time,
Yes.
right? So yeah, man.
Yeah, 100%. That's how I learned it. I hired my first mentor in 2009, and I was really clueless when it came to online marketing, communication, how to sell, how to deliver a great product that gets results and retention. And it's really just about, following a proven step-by-step method. And a big part of it is really just simplifying your business. So just the simplicity of having $1,000 online package that you could sell 2 to 3 times a week. That's pretty much the goal to start building this business. And of course, making that first sale is about cracking the code, because once you're able to make that first sale, you know how to generate leads from the internet, how to sell them into a package. Then you can do that all day long, and then you get more sophisticated by utilizing paid traffic, getting more people into the funnel, and the end result is just more sales and more freedom,
Right.
So let's talk about that $1,000 package. Now, we on this show know that everyone has a superpower, and we discuss that very often. And amazing, it's like you have this skill that all of your clients are attracted to, right? And, they could pick any trainer at LA Fitness, but they pick you and they stick with you. So what do you feel is your superpower in terms of getting people results?
I think my superpower is just listening, man, and actually hearing them instead of just demanding them to do workouts. Right? If someone comes in, they have back pain, I'm not going to make them do squats. So, I mean, listening is a big part of it. Um, I really connect with my clients. Um, but a superpower, still a little iffy on it. right? But yeah, man, just listening, connecting, and changing lives by looking at their lifestyle and not just one aspect of just exercise, right? That's just one part
Yes.
of the whole picture. So looking at it holistically, right? How's their sleep? How's their nutrition? So I mean, it's a wide range, but to narrow it down into my superpower, I guess, I mean, being a mentor like you for my clients.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And, I got a whole process to discover your superpower, in my coaching program. And what I want to do is add some value of one of the parts of the process. This is one of my favorite parts. And it's, just the ability that sometimes we don't know the value that we have. And you could do this. And I would recommend everyone that's listening do this, is to very simply send a text message or an email to the top 10 people in your life. So thinking about previous clients that you just love working with, or close friends and family, just make a list of top 10. And then once you have that list, send them this message. Hey, Joe, I really enjoyed working with you, and I just wanted to check in and ask for a favor. Now, I was on a podcast and I heard of the concept of superpower. And based on us working together, what would you define my superpower as? Now, as you're sending this, you'll quickly realize that you're going to start seeing a pattern from the responses. They're going to be
Hmm.
seeing things about you that maybe you're not clear about, but you're going to see it over and over and over again. And that's kind of like your positioning for your online business. So they're going to make you realize that you have this amazing value. And now it's learning how to translate that with technology. So once you're getting more clear on the superpower, the results you want to give to people, and your amazing gift, then it's really getting clear on who you want to be a superhero to. So in the online world, the biggest problem is that people are way too general, right? So I'm an online weight loss expert. I help people build muscle, but there's thousands of those, and many times I have a hard time getting clients because it's way too vague. Now, there's a great line that says that the riches are in the niches. So it's getting very, very specific on who you want to be a hero to, and then building a business all around them. So just
Right.
based on all your years of experience, who is your favorite client to work with? Two, who do you get the best results for? And three, if you're to build an online empire for the next 10 years, and you're going to be an author in this area and being able to do seminars and a podcast and just serve this one specific person, who would that be?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. I really like working with people that are involved with their families, right? We all want to connect. Something that Tony Robbins always talks about is connecting and relationships. Why we want to lose weight or put on muscle, it's all about connecting with other people and having relationships. So families, right? Getting families to connect through exercise and movement and good eating habits. Um, I'm a family man myself. Um, we work out together, at home. My daughter copies what I do, what my wife does. So just putting that connection back into families through exercise and movement and health, um, that would be ideal. Yeah, man.
Beautiful, beautiful. That just gave me a great insight, because one of the key elements of your hero client is that they were you 5, 10 years ago. So most of the time, we are the 2.0 version of our ideal client. We overcame a pain, and now we are mastering it in our own lives with our own families and just living that by example. And, before we started recording, I saw your cute daughter, and it made me realize, like, wow, you're a father. And that is a great angle to have right there, because the demographic of fit fathers is really, really powerful. And, you know, the hundreds of students that I coached, I've seen many of them earn great success focusing on dads, right? Because if you have a family and you're fit, well, you got a lot to teach them, because there's a lot of fathers out there who are hard workers. They may be an entrepreneur, or they may have a corporate career, and they're just focused on their work, or they're focused on their hobbies, or drinking
Right.
beer and watching football, but their fitness is the low point in their life. And they're looking for a fellow father who has a family, who has, you know, long hours and challenges, and figuring out, how can I make my fitness easier and more fun? So that's an ideal demographic, right? Focusing on dads. And is there a certain age group that you like to work with? You know, typically I like to use like a 10-year span, whether
Right.
it's, you know, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 70-year-old
Right.
fathers.
So, right. I mean, the typical, I don't know, the father would be, I guess, probably from 30, 35 to 40, 45. So in that age range. And then, yeah, man, get my wife involved, because, like I said, I am a family man. She got her Zumba instructor. So again, we can make this a family thing, but got to start somewhere.
Yes. No, that's ideal, because obviously creating the family dynamic in the online program is also another like unique positioning tool. Now, for you, what type of stuff do you like to teach that people find valuable? Okay. So, for example, I have a master's in psychology. So I love mindset, human behavior, and really getting people to take massive action. So I use a lot of mindset principles that I've learned in my education, in my own personal education, in different seminars and books, and what I do on coaching calls like this. So what are something you could provide to fathers that is very powerful and unique that they can't get anywhere else?
Valuable. I mean, yeah, just like you. I mean, I studied psychology in university as well. So having a strong mindset is definitely beneficial. But that's something I, again, need to think about, and hopefully, yeah, man, just find a way throughout the process.
What are some fun hobbies that help you with your fitness?
Fun hobbies. Um, well, I mean, going back to your last question, I know you're trying to find a different way to get me to answer it. So, I mean, when a client comes in and they have, like I said, an issue with their body, you know, I try to listen and not just put them through what the program that I designed for them. Right? If they're in pain, I listen to them and we do things to address the pain. Right? So the value I can provide is, again, looking at them holistically. Right? Some people need more um, simple movements rather than picking up dumbbells, and that's why I want to do at-home training, right, as my online business, because you don't need heavy weights. I played 10 years of professional basketball, and a lot of my workouts were with bands, body, right, body weight. So again, it's just listening to the client and just keeping it simple.
Yeah, no, there you go. That, like, all of a sudden, just you sharing that gave me a lot of insights from my marketing mind. And number one is obviously the in-home process, where I found a lot of online programs, you know, they thrive because, you know, again, you're positioning against boot camps, gyms, group training. So you want to say, hey, listen, this is a program as a fit father you could use working out at home. So it saves in the gym fees. And from there, you also get them to use certain key equipment. And the great thing about that is they could order the equipment through you. There's a lot of different companies that do affiliate offers where they give you a percentage of the equipment sale. They take care of the shipping, the customer service, And if they buy through your link, you get money off that as well. So it's great passive income coming in every single month. So you could do the same thing with supplements as well. If there's some key supplements that you recommend, typically when you start with a client, let's say you do $1,000 12-week program, the first week is like the onboarding process. So before we take this amazing transformation, here are things I need you to order. And they order it, they go through your link because they're going to buy it anyway. Might as well get it from you. So a lot of these companies also do reoccurring revenue where they put them on like supplements, monthly drop shipping, and from there, they're going to use that supplement for many, many years. And you're going to get many, many checks for that one sale that you referred. So it's all about diversifying your income sources, and you're the source and you're the main coach for them. So you can listen to everything you say. The second thing is just the amazing story of 10 years of professional basketball, So that gives you a tremendous amount of credibility over other people who focus on dads age 35 to 45, So what that will do is also bring in ex-athletes, which is a very, very good market. And a lot of people who've played athletics in high school or college or maybe pro for a few years and they just let themselves go, man, that positioning is very, very powerful. So we are getting more and more clear on who you want to be a hero to and the exact offer. And then from there, it's really going into the marketing of it. And the best type of marketing is storytelling, So it's obviously sharing your core story, sharing all the things that you overcame, all the challenges of being an ex-athlete and acclimating into everyday life, maintaining a great physique, and most importantly, father, family, all the challenges that come with maintaining your health, with work, with all the different things that go on, because, you work really hard, get up at 5 a.m. every single day, training clients back to back. And a lot of people could relate to that. How do you find time? Or if I'm at home and I have 45 minutes, what do I do? What do I eat? So all these amazing things from your own personal story go into that program.
Definitely.
Yeah. So right now, let's say, for example, how many followers do you have in total across all your social media?
I don't know, maybe 3,000-4,000.
Okay. 3,000-4,000, right? Now, one thing that I've found is that when you get your marketing and your niche dialed in, you'll see from 3,000-4,000 people, there's a lot of people that fit that criteria. They start raising their hands, And the best thing about it is that you don't have to run paid ads or do aggressive marketing in the beginning. I mean, you could make, $20,000, $30,000 from that small of an audience, because as you get more money from the profits, then you do more aggressive marketing, So like one thing I found is dialing in your superpower and your niche makes it super easy, because we live in a world where leads are very plentiful. So running Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, you're now able to pinpoint that exact fit father clientele. And another way that I've been having a lot of success with is using what are called solo ads. So solo ads are when you buy a list of a targeted niche from a list broker. So let's say, for example, right now there's someone who has 100,000 emails of fathers who are age 35 to 45, and they're not selling them any type of online fitness program, right? They just have that list of people. You could literally buy bundles, let's say 1,000 emails, as low as 5 cents or 20 cents an email. So once you have your offer dialed in, then you just purchase that list of emails, introduce yourself, break the ice. Sometimes a person will introduce you for them because they have the list and they say, Irf is an amazing online fitness coach for fathers, and you're a father, you're on this list, and he has a special program for you. kind of doing the mini introduction. And then from there, you just go back and forth and get them into a conversation about their goals and transition them into the marketing funnel. Now, whether you're marketing through paid ads, solo ads, or something where people really don't know who you are or your value, you want to have what is called a warm-up funnel. So pretty much on Instagram, social media, Facebook, people have an idea of who you are, if you're posting content or sharing your family. So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, they're like a 4 or a 5, right? Whereas if you run a Facebook ad, they're ice cold, a 1 or a 2. Who are you? Why should I buy from you?
Mhm.
Referral is like a 7 or an 8. But this guy's amazing and he'll get you results. So people are coming in 1 or 2, ice cold, 4 or 5. I know you, I like you, but I don't know if I trust you. Or they're an 8 or 9. I know you, like you, and trust you. Here's my money. So what a warm-up funnel does, it's a powerful tool that I set up for my students, and it automates the warm-up process. So it shows them your credibility, trustability, your backstory, why you do what you do, results you've gotten for people, and it positions your program in a very powerful way. So this warm-up funnel, in a sense, pre-sells your program, whether they're 1 or 2, 5 or 6, it just brings them up that ladder and they finally invest. Now, $1,000 is on the low end of online coaching, so it doesn't take that much trust building to get them to that point, especially when you have a good warm-up funnel. Now, I have students who sell, $5,000, $10,000. One of my students, Erin, she has a 1-year, $48,000 program. So obviously that takes more effort, more work, but it's also a different type of niche who could afford that higher ticket package. But for what you're doing, all of this could be simply set up where within a matter of weeks, you could start, in a sense, profiting off this business model. And one simple, easy way for you and for people listening is to dial in that superpower, right? The result you're getting from people, really understand if they work with you, what specific benefits are they going to get? Then you have the package in mind. 12 weeks of coaching at $1,000. And you could also break down into 2 payments of, $500 or $200 a month for 5 months. There's many different ways to break that down if people cannot pay it all at once. But that's a whole nother story of packaging the payment, where obviously you want more upfront. That's better. They're more committed. The more they pay attention. But you want to have it in mind when people start raising their hands. And a lot of it's just the simplicity of sharing with the world your backstory. So I'm an online coach for fathers age 35 to 45. Here are the skill sets that I have. Here's how I want to help you. And from there, making that offer. So a big part of turning your, likes into leads is doing 2 things every single day. That is adding value and making offers. Now, once you understand what your niche is, it is very easy to add value and make offers because you have your core program, which you want to sell. You can understand how the payment's broken down, the logistics and how it all works. And then it's adding value. So just really making a list of the problems a father faces when it comes to their fitness. Building content around that. So what issues do they have with their nutrition, with getting their exercise in, their cardio? And what I like to do is to talk to the pain. So whenever you could talk to someone's pain, they get hyper focused. They're like, wow, this person has something that I need,
Right.
And when you address the pain in a visual format, so just thinking about you yourself, when you struggled with your fitness, what's like a big pain you dealt with that really annoyed you?
In regards to pain and fitness, well, in regards to sports and basketball, I mean, I've been injured.
Okay.
So pain, literal pain, is pain. So I've had my groin just torn in my
Yikes.
last year of playing university basketball. So taking my fitness more seriously to prevent injuries, right? I see a lot of clients who I've had 3 clients in a row come to me with back pain because they've been sitting all day, right? So just addressing things like that, reducing pain in their lives through simple movements, simple exercises, and again, at-home exercises.
I love that.
Yeah.
That right there is a key content piece, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You have the pain and then you have the solution, right? So
So
what I like to use,
how would you market that in a little 1-minute video? You know what I mean? With visuals.
yeah, see, that's the perfect question to ask. So basically, I use a 3-part formula for my content, and that's problem, process, call to action. So the problems of pain that they're currently facing, what they're dealing with in their present moment. And then you have a simple process that gives them value, but doesn't give them the full answer. It discusses the what, the why, but not the how. The how is a call to action. Okay, so I'll just do it impromptu because I do this all day long. Problem, process, call to action. Are you experiencing lower back pain and you have a hard time going to the gym, playing basketball, or even working out? Well, I have a really powerful myofascial stretch practice that I used on my 10 years of playing professional basketball. And whenever I experience lower back pain, it changes the game. The pain goes away and I'm able to move and be active again. Now, it is very, very important that you do this with a trained professional. I don't recommend that you go through this process, but essentially myofascial release is the ability to break down small knots or imbalances within the muscle. And as you're doing this, it'll reduce the back pain, it'll add more blood flow, it'll heal the area. And it's something that I want to help you do and provide for you. I actually have an amazing Fit Father 12-week program that goes over this entire process step by step. I customize it for you. And at the same time, show you how to do it whenever that back pain acts up. So right now, if you send me a direct message, I'll share with you all the details on how my program works, how we can get you back pain free and back to the body of your dreams. So message me right now and I'll send you more info about my program. Okay?
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Under a minute. But
Nice.
the whole point is the moment you mention the problem or the pain, their ears get hyper-focused. This guy is talking about something I deal with every single day. Then it's giving them the what and the why, myofascial release, right? Talking about how it works, why it's important, but the how is to message you. So they message you, and from there you build the trustability, know, like, and trust, you know? Obviously, if you don't have a warm-up funnel, you got to spend more time building that to earn your credibility. But a warm-up funnel is what you would give to them to watch. Hey, check this out, get back to me, and we'll take the next step. That vehicle builds a know, like, and trust so that they know you're the person for their needs. Now, it's a simplicity of creating content that is solving problems and giving a hint about your main online coaching offer, you know, because we have what is called the gift of knowledge. And many people will be like, duh, I know about myofascial relief, you know. However, your target clients have no idea what that is or how effective it is. Maybe they've heard it once in a conversation, but they don't know how much it'll help them. So a lot of it is knowing that most people are in pain, they're having problems, drawing them in, and then adding a little bit of value. Maybe from the 4,000 people that follow you, let's just say, a small segment of them will just Google that term and just read like a scientist, right? But most people, they don't care for that stuff. They don't know the science. They don't care about the science. They just want the result. And that's why they hire you and they invest in you to take them to the promised land.
Right.
Yeah. So one thing I like to do is to always test an offer before I build a whole business around it. Okay. So we're just doing this coaching session. Let's say, for example, working with dads is the ideal business, right? But I don't recommend building a whole online empire when something's not tested. So one thing you could do for the next few weeks is to change your positioning, right? On your Instagram bio, on your Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see my marketing is everywhere my social media is. This way, the moment they land on my page, they know what I do, the value that I add, the problems that I solve, and how they could hire me immediately, okay? Then you start to create 5 to 10 pieces of specific content with problem, process, call to action. And the key thing here is to do different types of content. A video, a text post, a powerful photo showing the pain with the caption, personality-based stuff with your family, something that happened to you. Hey, when I tore my groin, this is how I felt. This is what I did. And if you want more information, DM me, So as you're putting out these specific content pieces, very quickly you see who in your audience is the ideal clients. And as they start reaching out and you're starting to market test the offer, then you see if this is something worth building. So let's say, for example, after 10 content pieces, 5 fathers reach out, show their interest in an online coaching program, then you decide to launch it, because the best way to launch something is to get paid before you do it. So let's say you do this hardcore marketing on your social media. 5 people agree to pay you $1,000 for this 12-week program. You just make a deal with them. Hey, listen, this is a brand new program. I'm focused on getting you the best results. And what I want to do is use you as a case study. So you're going to go through this 12-week process. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Give me your feedback, and promise to give me a testimonial based on its effectiveness. Now, what I like to do is offer them a little bit of a deal. Normally this program is $1,000, but you could pay this much of a discount if you give me a testimonial. This way it gives them incentive, but also knows that you're committed to their results. And then from there, you set a specific start date. So this program is going to start 2 weeks from now. And I'm going to put you guys in a Facebook group and then build the program week by week just for you. Now, the cool thing about pre-selling a program is, one, you get money for it, so you validate it, so people are willing to pay for it, and then you build it as you go along. So the beautiful thing about an online business is you don't have to have the whole thing built before you sell it. You have that start date 2 weeks from now. All you got to do is focus on building out week number 1. So a Facebook group is a great place to hold them, to get the feedback, to really get them in a group together, right? So they're all pushing each other. It's very leverage. And then you want to use some type of virtual infrastructure, like a members portal, where you create videos that show them exactly what to do, and then accountability to get them to do that. So the great thing about it is that you build it 1 week ahead of them. So you build out week number 1, which is, okay, what supplements, what exercise equipment, what type of criteria did they need to start this journey? And then as they do that, you go to week number 2. And then they go to week number 2. You build out week number 3, they go to week number 3. And you're building it as you go along. So very quickly, as you have this program being built out, you automate it. Everything that you did for this first group of people, that's going to be your main flagship program. And then more marketing brings more people. The sales funnel sells them the package, and they just start adding on to this back-end process. And you get yourself out of trading hours for dollars, because once you build this thing out, this is the same program you're going to use for, years and years and years, hundreds of people are going to go through the same exact system over and over and over again. As you go through the system, your income increases, as does your freedom. And most importantly, it develops amazing results to people all around the world where you're limited to your local population. But all these amazing testimonials, you start adding them into the marketing, and the marketing is like a snowball. It brings in more people.
I think you've thought about this before.
You know, this is something I do for a lot of my students, man, you know,
Yeah,
and it works.
yeah, yeah.
And
No.
it's very simple, and it's been proven and tested. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
What do you find most valuable?
Right now?
Yeah, it's based on sharing this, everything. Yeah.
Where do you want me to start, man? From the beginning to the end. Most valuable. Just this last piece right here was beautiful. Just starting with that content, right? Just to get that ball rolling. And then everything will just snowball, right? So, yeah, man, that's real good information. I do appreciate it. Love picking your brain, man. Smart dude, this guy.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being humble and sharing, you know, your pain with everyone here. I went through a simple process, you know, doing this for over a decade. I have many different processes, obviously customized for different people's needs. And all it really comes down to is following a proven system. You know, obviously the big part of it is this is like the bird's eye view, but then having the templates and having the funnels and having the warm-up systems and all that stuff, you know, liability forms, contracts, you know, I could talk about all the other stuff you need, but before you even go into all those directions, you could test this out right now. You know, you can literally test this out over the next few weeks and validate an idea, make a few $1,000s and launch an online empire. And that's what the value I want to give for people. And myself, I switch up different target markets, you know? So in the 10 years of doing this, I have different types of businesses that I use very similar processes too. So if you're, you know, fascinated with, let's say, serving moms who are athletes, then that's a whole nother business model, but you use the same formula to crack the code and to grow that as well. But I'm a big believer in validating an idea with dollars, making someone pay. And once they pay, then you take serious action with it. Because a lot of people have these niches that they're very passionate about, but they build a whole business, they build a members portal, a whole back end, and they launch it and no one wants to buy it because the marketplace doesn't want it. And that's a big mistake a lot of people make. And how you avoid that is you get the money first and then you build it as you go along.
Right.
Yes. So went through everything, Irv, and for everyone listening as well, I did this podcast in a similar way, right? So we focused on Irv's problem, gave him a process, and now it's a call to action. So if you need help with your business, you want clarity, or you want this entire system implemented, just send me a message, right? Send me a message, we'll talk, we'll see if I could help you. And then I'll give you the right tools and the systems to make this a reality. Because the great thing about mentorship is having one, accountability, someone breathing over your shoulder, making you do it, hardcore accountability. And then it's also having the tools and the systems. So you buy the speed, you know, because a lot of it you could build on your own. That takes time. Took me about a decade to have all these different systems and processes, or you could hire a mentor, have it done within a few weeks and start making money a lot faster.
Right, that's why you're the man. Do appreciate you, man. Do appreciate you.
Yes, yes.
Looking forward to moving on, working together.
Yes, me too. Me too. Just all about adding value. And just like with me, man, I don't have kids. One day I want to be a father and I might get fat. When I get fat and I'm a father, I'll call you for some help.
Sounds good. Sounds good.